So we pick back up with Leo in the pods with Hannah pleading his case.
You know what this reminded me of?
What?
The DCCs in the room with Kelly.
Let me just have one more night. Let me just have one more night. One more night of auditions. That's exactly it. He is begging and pleading. Now he is so set on her. Now she's the one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wanted to talk to you first tonight. He's like saying all of these things. She's bawling because she's confused as hell. She was so set on Nick. Now Leo's talking about you're the one. It's like that's a mind fuck. Like I hear. And yeah, she was like, Nick told me he was in love with me. He set on me. His whole thing is he the best person for you? Or is he just the first person to get there? And he's going on. We're both ENTJs. Like,
I said, we not this. Not this, Pookie.
Leave Myers-Briggs out of it, please.
They've really been dogging y'all out.
Leave us out.
It's like astrology. Like, it's bad.
It is. It's very similar. Yeah. Oh my God. But then yeah, he's like, I love you, Hannah. I love my other connection too.
He starts spiraling.
Now he's spiraling, making no damn sense. And then literally like pushes her into a corner. If I got down on one knee right now,
what would you say?
What would you say? And she's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
If I said it first, what then would you have said? And she's like, I don't know. Like she literally, there's too much to process. She can't have no answers right now. Horrible. So she's a disaster. She's like, I need to go to sleep. We can talk tomorrow. And she goes off. Now, Marissa and Bowden. They head into the pods. They both are very confident on each other. They're planning the future, their family, this little family book club.
Yeah.
She asks him, what's the most controversial, what's something you feel strongly about?
Oh, yes.
What's something you feel strongly about that you feel is controversial?
Yeah.
First thing he said was Breaking Bad isn't good. That's fine. I couldn't trust neither one of these people.
I know. And she was like, yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Oh, nah.
She's weirdo. It's fine. And then they get into like deep political talk. He's like, I believe every working American should have housing, food, and medical. And she was like, oh my God, that's so refreshing, because she's used to dating military guys who are usually conservative, closed-minded. And he's also in the military, but like is, liberal.
Yeah.
They talk openly about Trump. She's like, I'm not going to vote for a racist. He was like, yeah, he's, demon who basically to try to overthrow the government. And they were speaking very openly about it. And shout out to Kinetic, shout out to Netflix. Loved to hear rapist. I loved to hear
it. Oh
calling Trump a rapist on Netflix. Thank you for that moment. And so, yeah, it was just like a nice little moment, just both of them confirming that they're on the same like political plane.
Oh my God. The way I wanted this for Jen's season of The Bachelorette, the way I wanted this out of her and, was his name Devin? Yeah, Devin. I really wanted this conversation from you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, you had all this Black Lives Matter talk with Grant. So what's going on with you and that? Like, what is this? I was very happy to hear this as well.
Very happy to see this. Yeah. We got a little moment with Tim and Alex. He gives her a bracelet that he gave to his sister before she passed away, which is very sweet. Monica and Nigerian Steven. Monica is she's in disbelief that she just found a man like this. She's like, you remind me so much of my dad. He gets down on one knee, obviously, and proposes to him. Proposes to her, sorry. And, her response back was very interesting. She says, I love you, been waiting 36 years to find you, blah blah. And then she like praised him again for like, you found out you were Black, you went to the library and like got all these books, and just continuing to give him Triscuits for doing what he should be doing.
And things that you may have taken out all those books, but I don't know if you've learned anything.
Yeah, we don't know. They haven't had at least to our knowledge, we haven't had that in-depth conversation as to like, what have you learned? What are you feeling about your identity? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But it's not the first time where she keeps bringing it up. Like, he did the right thing. He went and got all the books. And I'm like, I have to keep giving him Triscuits for that. Like, But I feel like the bar is so low in general just for white men. Like,
I know.
He's almost like excited that he like wasn't the worst.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Like,
yes.
Are you not the worst? I don't know.
I don't know.
He called her a mutt, which was not great.
She used the word first
episodes. Though. Oh, she used it first. Okay.
She did. Yeah.
Okay. And then you said you bought all these books, but you still voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Your dad.
Which I wonder, did he discover before or after? I'm curious now the timeline.
I don't know. And I want to point out this little tiny thing that got on my nerves. She had no flowers. She was the only one who got proposed to with no flowers.
Oh, really?
I don't like that.
Worst Nigerian Stephen Cameron.
Yeah. At least Taylor got some honey.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Marissa and Rasmus really hitting it off. Mm-hmm. She learns he's a Cancer Leo.
And we learned he's a hoe because why do you know all three of those?
Right.
That's some hoe shit.
Oh, like another girl had told him already. Oh, you Cancer Leo. Now he knows this. Oh, boy. The way she was so ecstatic. She felt like she won the lottery. I don't know. Deandra,
girls, put them together.
Deandra, let us know. What does this mean? Cancer Leo. We don't know what her three things are either.
Yeah, true.
So, but she was like super hyped and was going back telling the girls like, "Oh my god, he's the best." Da, da, da. Like she felt like she hit the jackpot with this Cancer Leo, whatever. So she goes back into the pods with Bowden and immediately breaks up with him.
Immediately, yep.
So she just has a stronger connection with Rasmus and. I just hope this shit works out with them. I don't trust neither one of these people.
Yeah, me either.
Marissa.
They real surface. They real superficial, the two of them.
Yeah. I mean, her and her Trump shit, I just don't trust. And then him, from what we saw in the previews, he's going to say to somebody, if I wasn't engaged, we'd have sex.
Yeah, he seems like a horny little somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're about to watch her whole Zodiac compatibility shit just blow up in her face because it seems like she chose him because of this.
That's what they made it seem like. Yeah, and he seems like he's so not masculine because he has a dangly earring.
Yeah,
so
he's really.
See,
Yeah. I'm curious about him. Yeah, because he's leading into like I'm a different type of man. I'm not hyper masculine like the others. I can show my emotion in different ways or whatever. But is he gonna still end up being a fuckboy like every other man?
Like everybody, like Tyler is also crying all over the place. Like we have other men who are like emotional and crying,
showing different sides. Yeah,
and also there's like Prince, Lenny Kravitz, and Jamiroquai. Like there's all kinds of men who look just like you. So
true.
Let's not
alternative. You were the first. Very true. So, oh Lord. So Leo and Nick and the guys are all talking, right? Mm-hmm. Leo was sharing how emotional Hannah was, and he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to see more strength out of her," which I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what all these people have to do all these things for you when you're yelling and screaming in their face.
Screaming, yeah. I feel like he's a nightmare boyfriend.
Nightmare.
You would always feel like you're doing something wrong. He'd always make you feel like you're doing something wrong. Yeah. So he does go back in the pods with Hannah and apologizes to her. She explained she was crying so much because she was so overwhelmed because you were like fucking pushed her in a corner saying, "Marry me now, bitch." Like, and then she just tells him like, "You're special, but I just don't. What we have doesn't compare to what I have for Nick." Then he tries to flip the switch. Let me take ownership of this narrative. Yeah, you're right. Nick is better for you. He's more compassionate than I am. He's your person. And I feel the exact same with Brittany.
Which is
a lie.
Yeah, that's not true.
Not the song you was singing last night when you was down on bended knee talking about take me back, please. And
not even marry me or else.
Yeah, marry me or else. Right. Now suddenly, Brittany's the one for me and I always knew. Shut up. And then he goes, and by the way, can you tell Brittany how much I love her?
Yeah, I really need to close this deal. So if you could just let her know, if you could just give her that extra push. Because he knows that she's been telling Brittany shit.
Of course. Absolutely.
So, because he's around there with a megaphone. He like the GIF with that lady with that megaphone, like
that Azalea Banks.
Yes, with that megaphone. Hey guys, I just got out with Hannah.
Yeah,
gather around. Like he's wild with it, right?
The worst. Yep.
So he's also expecting the other thing back, which is true. She's going back and telling Brittany, "Hey, he's a fucking weirdo. He's screaming at me, whatever." So he knows that he kind of like has her as this tool. And like you said, he wants to totally reclaim this narrative.
Reclaim this whole narrative. Oh my God. He's like, yeah, I'm talking to you, but all I want to do is be down on one knee right now with her. Can you just tell her that? If you don't shut the fuck up, Leo, are you serious? Brittany's my heart. Like, I told the producers to cancel our date. Now he's just lying. Now he's just flat out lying. And we all know he's about to try to manipulate the shit out of Brittany because he's trying to manipulate Hannah right now. And she's just thanking God she got out of this because this is a fucking mess. And what's crazy, Brittany back in the quarters, she called it. She was like, he's in sales. Yeah. He might be manipulating the shit out of me, guys. Like she knew. She already knew. So Hannah returns to the quarter. She's like, okay, Leo, fuck you, bye.
I know. I loved her response. She said, that's y'all's business. I said, that's right, Hannah.
Exactly. I love that. So she returns to the quarters. Brittany wants the tea. She gives her everything. I love that little solidarity too. Like there was no beef or anything between them. And then... Oh, wait, we'll come back to them. So then Tim and Alex, he writes her a nice little letter, writes a letter to her dad, like making all the promises to, just be a stand-up guy, whatever. He proposes. She says yes. They're cute. Monica and Nigerian Steven, they have their reveal. She's just kind of reflecting on how wrong she's been treating dating, like so focused on the wrong things. What does he do? What does he own? And just happy she found this person. And then once again praises him on his exploration of Black culture. This keeps coming up. She keeps giving him this Triscuit.
The ratio keeps changing. She said 3/5. She said all kinds of ratios. I'm like, wait, who was it? Now I'm trying to figure it out. I can't remember.
I thought he was... I didn't even know there was like anything less than... I thought he was 1/4. I thought his dad was half Black. That's what he discovered, right?
Yeah.
But they talking all these other fractions or whatever. But,
all kinds of...
Yeah, weird. But again, she mentions the, I really like how he explored. I'm like, why are we still... What is this? What are we doing?
And I guess she hasn't seen him yet, too. Yeah. So she might be picturing like a white man, right? Like
a straight up white man.
A straight up white man with no like any kind of
signifiers at all.
Nothing. Yeah. Meanwhile, his whole face is giving motherland.
Later, actually on the beach later was like, oh yeah, I saw that curl pattern. Y'all saw it like... We knew.
I can't imagine in person how obvious it is.
How obvious it is. Except to him. That's so sad. He has no idea.
Oh my God.
So anyways, they meet. I love her dress. I thought it was very cute.
It was feeling Giovanni. Yep.
It definitely was. It was a pretty like gold statue looking dress. And they're both super hyped. They both find each other attractive. He's like totally in awe of her and giving her all these compliments.
Yeah.
I did notice she wasn't saying much back to him.
No, she wasn't.
So I don't.
She doesn't give me that type of girl though. She's gonna give it back to. She likes to receive.
Yeah. So that's them. Marissa and Rasmus. He literally came into the pods and gave the Wendy Williams, "How you doing?" I was like, ooh.
Oh, not this.
Did you hear it? I was
Puka, not this. What? Yeah, oh my God. You see what happens when this shit is surface? You start saying Wendy Williams phrases.
So he gives her a letter proclaiming his whole love for her. She expresses her biggest fears that he'll stop loving her. She has a past of guys. She's very likable. She's super bubbly. She has a nice personality. Like, she's like, a lot of guys like me, but then it's stuck in like, they're enamored. Like, it doesn't become like longevity. And then she asks him, do you think I'll be too much? Because she's a lot of personality. And he goes, I don't think so. I don't feel good about that answer.
Catch that. I didn't even feel it. Oh my God.
That's how it started. He went on and rambled and said some other shit, but I was like, I think she's going to be too much for him.
Yeah. Because I would say with a bubbly personality, you have just the same kind of temperament on the opposite side. So when you're sad, you're like really fucking depressed and sad.
You just experience emotion. You express and experience emotions real hot and heavy. So yeah, we'll see about these two.
Yeah.
Hannah and Nick get engaged.
Yep. So. And his last name is Dorka. That is wild.
I know.
The girl, we gotta dead that. I ain't taking that on.
It's 2024. She could take on, or he could take on her name.
Yeah.
I think her last name is like Giles or something real nice and normal and cool. So Tim and Alex meet, and she's a thick baddie, so she's hoping he's into curves. Yeah. Which in my head, I'm like, this is obviously a black man. Yeah. I personally have never known a black man to not be into curves.
Me either.
She was like, I hope he doesn't like just small, petite girls. I was like, I don't know any black man that has ever said that in his life.
No, me either. I've like, whether they are tits or ass is really the question. Like, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. And not that they might not date or, be into small, petite girls, but they're never going to say they're not into girls with curves. Like, right. That just is a no. Yeah. So they meet. Obviously, he's into her. She looked amazing.
He had a great response.
He was like, I knew it. I knew you'd be a baddie. Like,
that was cute.
It was cute. Nice. Yeah. And she looks really cute. I loved her dress.
It was way too tight. Lit.
Really tight. But she like knows her body and like how to dress it. And it was doing what it needs to do. She had a nose ring. His older sister had a nose ring. So we had a nice little conversation about this. And then what is this thing about the dogs?
I don't know.
This little inside joke they had.
It can be so many things. I don't know if it's an actual physical real dog that he has. Yeah. I don't know if he is a Q.
Or a Q dog. Oh.
And perhaps he's barking. Something. I don't know. You think he's into primal play too?
Oh, God.
Check out Patreon for the pre-show if you don't want to get that joke.
You might be. But yeah, I miss something. I don't know. Some inside joke, something with the dogs. He keeps saying it. She's like annoyed by it. About it. But yeah. Leo and Brittany back in the pods. He comes in professing his love. She ends up reading him a letter.
Did the pink Sharpie absolutely kill you? God. The pink Sharpie killed me.
And she's like, this is the longest letter I've ever written.
Girl, on wide ruled paper with a pink Sharpie.
Pink Sharpie. It was one-sided. Like, girl, what?
I believe her, though.
I believe her, too. But yeah, she writes him this letter, or reads him this letter saying that she feels like their connection was tainted. She doesn't want to be a second choice. She's really hurt. All the girls think that she's settling. This was her biggest fear, and it's coming true, and says all the things that we're all thinking and saying. And then he just says he loves her, reads her some bullshit letter, some dumb poem that makes her laugh, gets down on one knee, proposes, and she says yes.
But she also says, I don't even feel like this is proposing. She keeps delaying the gratification, especially his. That's why he says, like, I love you. I know you like hearing it, because she's not saying it back.
She's not saying it back. Yeah.
She don't really like him.
I think. Why did she say yes? She just read this whole letter saying, I hate how you've treated me and I hate that this is my experience. And then she says yes 2 seconds later.
I think she's delaying the fact of what you said in your initial thoughts, which is, why did I come here? I didn't learn anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want to make it unserious, because to this guy it's serious. He just asked me to marry him. This is wild.
Brittany, God, go home then. Get out of here. Oh, Lord. Time for Nick and Hannah to meet. Oh boy. Hannah just knows he's gonna be 6'5". He's gonna be so tall and
medium,
burly.
Large build, because that's the picture he painted.
He really did. Oh God. So doors open and her face. That's when she knew she got the ill set up.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
She said, it was like, the record scratch. So you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Yeah. Oh my God. He looks so whack. His chest hair was out. His little chest hair. His little beaties.
He thinks that taco meat is doing something.
He really thought. He did. Looking like nobody's Henry Cavill.
Or Travis
Kelce.
How did he think he was a medium build?
That too. He's a small build. Very obviously so. Yeah, so what is he talking about? Yeah. Oh my God. So he gets down on one knee, proposes, her face again.
I know. And she's wearing these clodhopper shoes. You clock her shoe?
Oh my God. Huge. Huge platforms.
I said, girl.
She stomped in there like 6 foot tall. Feet both foam towards him. And that was her biggest thing when she clocked it. She was like, I feel so much bigger than him. Yeah, not just like frame wise.
Yeah.
A smaller frame dude. And she is not a small girl.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And then she said something interesting. She said it's not a me thing, but men start to feel emasculated by that. Mm-hmm. Girl, I think it's a you thing. And I think that's okay.
Girl. That's fine. Mm-hmm. That's totally fine. I remember going on a date with a guy that his frame was a lot smaller than his pictures on Hinge. And I felt big, and I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that he was shorter. He was taller than me, but his frame, something about it was just smaller. I was like, I don't think I like this feeling.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he points out that she's taller, but it's like, oh, I love it. And she's trying to play into it. Meanwhile, she hates it. Yeah. She hates that she's taller.
They keep talking about looks.
They talk a lot about looks during their review. A lot, yeah.
Because they both lied.
Totally. Oh my God. I mean, he to me is a full catfish. Honestly. He totally described himself not the way he looks.
Yeah.
And he's very happy with how she looks. She's tall, she's blonde, she's cute. So to him, that's fine. But yeah, she just looks so uncomfortable the whole time as she's sitting there. She's keeping her hands to herself. They get up to walk away. He's like, "Are you gonna take the ring?" She literally didn't even take the ring. She forgot.
Her. She was like, "Oh, sorry." She doesn't. Oh my God.
Not into it. They walk back to their separate rooms. He looks back. She does not look back.
Nope. She looked back and exhaled. She was like, "Fuck." Damn.
Oh, it was not good.
Because it's not just, I don't know if she doesn't like him or not, or if she just doesn't like the fact that he was exaggerating how he looked. I think it was the exaggeration.
Yeah.
The contorting of his own image that is really getting to her.
Absolutely. And she had Leo, who she also didn't know what he looks like, but Leo didn't talk as much about his looks. Meanwhile, Nick talked a lot about his looks, so she had more of an image in her head that was getting her more excited, I think.
Yeah, and he's that smooth talker type of guy too.
Damn, he really duped her. That's crazy. The doors open. She was like, this perma smile, but she was like, fuck. She got bitch. Oh, she got. She did. She really did. Rasmus and Marissa, they get engaged, so that happens. Now it's time for Leo and Brittany to meet. This is so stupid. Why are you meeting this man? You could just see she's in it. She's on the whirlwind. She's in it for the lifestyle.
Yep.
She very obviously didn't learn a thing. She didn't remember anything Hannah told her. Hannah flat out told you he was begging me to get married to him. Why are you here, Brittany?
She's used to it though.
This is her comfort being the second choice. Yeah. Oh, that's so sad.
Or among, competing through the other ones and then winning the cup. She's just
oh my God. So much energy. So the doors open and another one, her face.
Oh my God.
She was clearly not immediately into it.
She was like, oh no, I can get this same net worth at a way better package than this guy. She was like, oh no.
Oh God. Yeah. She was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they sit to chat. He's like, how do you feel? She goes, like, I don't know.
Weird.
I feel weird. I don't know.
Yeah. He's never looked happier in his life.
Oh, he hit the jackpot. This like cute little blonde girl. She is her voice.
Yeah, she is.
She looks exactly as you think she's gonna look. He says, I love you several times. She flat out tells him she's not ready to say that yet. And then she asks him, why do you love me? Because she knows, as much as this is her comfort being the second choice, she knows all of the things that happen with Hannah.
Yeah.
She's sitting here as a second choice. And here he is over the moon. I'm in love with you. Why? Tell me why. And he says some bullshit about he loves her intuition or some shit.
Yeah. I want to be your structure. I was like, what?
I don't know. And then he says to her what she said in the pods too. He's like, you're smart. You are smart. And that's why, other men didn't know that. They were intimidated by that. But I know you're smart.
What?
Which within itself just sounds condescending.
Right. That's a read.
Yeah.
And she
giving it as
does,
a compliment.
Yeah. She does get to it before anybody else does. I'll give her that in her, like, she gets to every joke before you could tell it about her. She's that type of person.
Okay. She's used to this. She's been treated like this her whole life with this voice. So then they're kissing, they're cuddling.
He's cuddling.
He's cuddling her.
She's stiff as hell.
Stiff as a board. He says, again, I love you. And she then looks at him and says, I feel like you're lying when you say it. Girl. Like, all the signs are there. She's literally saying her own signs out loud.
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah.
And in her confessional, she's like, what have I done? I'm engaged to a stranger. Like, it's not computing. I don't know what I'm doing. God. Girl, I have a would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather be Brittany, accept a runner-up proposal?
Okay.
You know you're the second choice. That shit is going to haunt you forever.
Okay.
Or would you rather get catfished at the reveal?
Oh my God. Okay.
You're engaged to somebody who don't look like what they look like. If
it was Leo who picked me second, I could definitely deal with that because they would just make him pay for it all the time. Just get bag, handbag after party, after plane, after trip. I would just
make it up. Yeah, he'll make up for it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Smart. Yeah, I think I do that too.
Right? Yeah.
Go for the money.
Yeah. Go for the money. And he's not like lying. I don't know. Well, he did lie.
Leo?
He definitely
lied.
He definitely lied. But that, like, I don't know. This Travis Kelce great value persona, along with this oil painting that you painted of yourself that is not true at all. And then you come out here looking like frail. Giving Killian Murphy, okay?
Oh, don't do Killian like that. Oh, hell no. I don't know what he looked like, but no celebrity. Take it off.
No.
Nick, you look like you.
Yeah.
Just like
and that's okay.
That's fine. Very basic average man. That's fine. But you can't be calling yourself Henry Cavill. So... You're right. I'll take that runner-up proposal and give you a handbag. Who is Leo? Call it a day. Anyways, so they, have their little moment. They're engaged, blah, blah, blah. Then we get the text over the screen.
Hate it.
Brittany and Leo were not one of the 6 couples chosen to go to Mexico. They took their own trip to Miami, broke up weeks later.
Everybody gets my Becky of the week. Leo, Brittany, production, everybody. Why did they show them? I got very excited about these people. I looked this nigga up. Brittany, I was very excited to see who her exes were. Were they going to come to lunch? Were they going to go to a Dolphins game and see them there?
I know. I feel like they had to because he was so intertwined with Hannah's story, I guess.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, true.
And they ultimately wanted to show Hannah and Nick. So I feel like they kind of had no choice, but it does kind of suck. It kind of just like ends there. We don't see anything.
Yeah. And he was interesting too.
He was. Maybe they'll be at when they meet everybody from the pods.
Ooh.
Get a little update. Like episode 7 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True.
We'll see. Rasmus and Marissa meet. Both love it. Very into each other.
Love Rasmus's outfit. That was a really nice outfit.
I thought his suit was a little tight.
It was. And his ankles were out. Yeah.
Ankles out, looked a little tight and stuff. She's very cute. I loved her hair, her tight little cute curls.
Yeah, they were cute.
Very nice. But yeah, they're very into each other. So yeah, we have 6 engaged couples.
Only 1, 2, 3 white people.
Yeah, this is a black ass season. Yeah. Black as hell. 4 of the 6, 4 black women. That's incredible. That I love this.
Yeah, me too.
So then they head to Cabo San Lucas. So we'll go couple by couple. JD, Vance, and Taylor. They show each other little tattoos. He admits he would not have approached her out the bar.
Why?
Because he don't date non-whites.
Oh my
God. He
God.
doesn't do people of color.
I needed her to ask
gorgeous.
why. She's so pretty. What do you
I want her to ask why too. If he said to her, I would have never approached you in the bar. Why?
Yeah.
Have him say out his mouth that again to my face now, in my eye, that I don't date. I only date white girls. Like I want him to have to say it again.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But he claims he's in love. He's here. He's in love. Even though he wouldn't have met her, elsewhere. And then he finally asks her about her mom. Tell me more about your mom. And they talk about family. Sounds like their moms are very similar. And it seems like they both, it's just what I'm inferring from their conversations about their future and them. They both seem to be very independent organizers, type A type. So how is that going to fare in a relationship? Yeah. Usually there's a balance when 2 people like that end up together. Yeah. I don't know how that usually goes.
I don't know either. And we saw with the kids' conversation. He was like, we're compromised. She was like, we're not.
We're not. Yeah, that's true. It's 2 stubborn, independent. They've been living their life. They're both in their deep 30s, set in their ways. So we gonna see. Friend, have you ever heard of mouth tape?
Of course I have.
You have?
Oh yeah, it's a big wellness thing.
Oh, it is. What is this?
Big wellness thing. I still don't know. It has been advertised to me so many times, and I still don't know what the benefits are.
I missed what he said too as to why he wears it. Did he say?
No, I don't think he said why.
He just said he wears mouth tape.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. It sounds like some made up capitalist bullshit product that you don't need, but it made up a problem to fix for you. You know what I mean?
And it's
what it sound like.
Done so much. I've done it for 30 days. Yeah. Okay.
God. Okay, then let's see. Tyler and Ashley.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah. I love them too.
Oh my God, they're so mature together.
I love a boring black couple.
Love.
Please. They talk a little bit about celibacy. She shared that she's been abstinent for 2 years, I think. Not for religious reasons, just wanted to focus on herself. Yeah. He said the same. He said he was tired of, as he said, exchanging his soul.
Yeah, see, this is when I'm
this is where Tyler gets a little...
Oh my God.
Oh God. But I mean, the way he said, he's like, when you have sex with somebody, it's not just sex. You're exchanging something. It's an experience with somebody. He's like, I'm grown. I'm too over that. Why am I still doing this with the wrong people? But they seemed open to having sex. Not that they were saving it for marriage or anything like that. And then before bed they pray together.
I can't with this either. I
love it. What?
It's just the fact that they do it on camera. I'm like, that's a choice, and I don't know how I feel about that choice.
I feel like they're the couple that's saying grace. Praying together before bed, camera or no camera. I think that's just them. So I didn't mind it. I think they're cute.
Yeah, it is cute. It is cute.
Yeah,
I'm just ugh. All right, here we go.
Now Rasmus and Marissa. She is talking about how she used to date hyper masculine military men, but she actually prefers someone soft like him. she's got to be careful with that word soft.
Yeah, because I don't know if he's reversed his masculinity to that degree to where he can be called soft.
Yeah. So I was like, she got to be careful with that word because that might come back to bite her. He might start to overcompensate because now he don't want to be known as soft. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or that's what he's been called.
Or that's what he's been called.
So it's like a trigger word for him. Yeah, because it's insult. Because at the core of it, it's not. They haven't reversed that yet. It's an insult.
Yeah, it's an insult. Yeah. So, but they, she's laughing about it. I'm like, you better be careful, girl. But they have a lot of sexual tension. Seems like they had sex already.
I think they fucked on the plane. I think. Yeah.
I was like, when did y'all do it? Like, that's got to be a record. It was like early. They had sex. Nigerian Stephen and Monica.
Oh yeah,
they're all lovey-dovey, also boring, living their best life. Tim and Alex. This is it's not good. It's just not good. They're trying to package it like we're just bickering and cute little fighting, but it's not good.
Yeah.
She said she's used to being the bossy one. He says he thinks of himself as an unmovable object. So
what a way to think of yourself.
I know. But he thinks of himself as firm. He's a leader. He's going to be the leader here. So she can be Miss Bossy, Miss Independent, all she wants. All she wants. Right. But I'm an unmovable object. I lead this relationship. That's what I was hearing.
Yeah.
But then she says she doesn't like to repeat herself. She said she used to have a short temper.
Yeah.
He says he doesn't argue. He's not an arguer.
Yeah.
But he can be stubborn.
Right, because what he says goes, as you said.
Right.
Earlier. Yeah, right.
So they're saying a lot in these conversations.
So much. When she was like, oh yeah, I used to have a short temper and like some anger issues. I was like, oh, wait a minute. and some anger issues. Like, girl, what? I was like, first of all, you didn't say that in the pods. Second of all, how did that, like, how'd you fix it? How does it come out?
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing that people with like anger issues for real, you had to go to therapy for it. They don't know what's going to come up.
Yeah. What's going to trigger it. Yeah. And I don't think she doesn't give to me like she's addressed these issues. Like she went to therapy for it.
Not the way. Yeah.
In a more clinical, like structured way. I think she's just like, yeah, I'm a little off temper. I've been working on it. One of those. I'm working on it. But are you? And then they bicker again about this like dog inside out or inside joke thing.
Yeah.
I just think they are very different people.
I think so too, because I don't even know when she's joking and not joking with him. I can't tell.
Same. Okay. I can't tell either, because he's doing the jog thing and she's like, that's the last time. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. But she looks serious. Yeah. Like she's mad. Yeah. Like really annoyed when he's saying it. But yeah, I just think, to me, they both seem very inflexible. That's the vibe I'm getting. Two like stubborn people that are just, they're just going to always be butting heads. So the signs were there. Then we get Hannah and Nick. So she, again, was saying she was so worried about herself and not about what he looked like. He, at some point when they're hanging out at the hotel, he says something to her like, I have a brand back home. I've got a certain brand back home.
I have a brand back home. I can't be talking crazy like this about what we're doing. Sex and things like that.
Why did you sign up for this? And what brand? What are you talking about? Who are you?
What brand? And again, now I can't believe anything you say about this type of stuff. I'd start laughing if I was Hannah. I'd be like, oh, Henry Cavill? That's his doppelganger? Oh, that's your brand?
He's delusional. He really is. He really is. Delulu. He has like 3,000 Instagram followers. He's like, I got a brand to protect, girl. I got a brand. Oh, he knows what he's talking about. Oh my God. So later they're chatting. He's like, oh, was I a hot commodity among the girls?
Yeah, very concerned about his reputation.
Yes.
And his perception.
Yep. Again, just this inflated, delusional ego. He swears he looks like Travis Kelce. Like he just knows the girls were like, oh my God. And she was like, no.
Everybody wrote you off after day one.
It was just me, boo.
Yep.
So she, in her confessional, she just flat out says he talks himself up in the pods. Look wise, I go first. 6'5", jocks, best looking guy in the room. Like he is not that. She also was killing me with these little pigtails that she had in her head.
Oh, you didn't like him?
No.
I thought it was cute for like a fine-haired girl. I thought it was cute. She's trying to create a little volume. I know. I know.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, you know, I get it.
But she claims she's coming around to him. He's really kind. He's gentle. He does seem really nice, at least.
Yeah, he does, and he compliments her a lot.
A lot. Yeah. She can feel secure around him. He's not like, oh man, these other girls, like nothing like that. He's
a little bit.
Zero. Yeah, but he's pretty zeroed in on her, you know? And then she says in an interview that she's physically attracted to him.
Yep.
So now the next morning we see Hannah. The next morning, I think this is post-sex. We just
okay.
She's like very smitten. She's like really into it. She's loving him, right? They go down to the beach, and he decides to go ride some inflatable duck thing that's on the beach. And some random like woman on the resort, some older woman comes up and jumps on the one next to him. And is like, let's race. And Hannah got jealous and was also saying that the duck riding thing was giving her the ick.
I think that's what it was. I don't know if she was actually jealous for real. Because she didn't want to do it. I think it was the duck. And I think it was the fact that he was like talking to somebody else. She was painfully aware that they were on television.
Yeah.
And she has like, think back, right? Think back to on TikTok when this ick thing was going on. How pervasive this language was. Doesn't it give you the ick? Isn't it give you the ick? Doesn't it give you the ick? So as soon as you feel it for real, could you imagine if you felt it for real? What this stranger nigga you just got engaged to, and then you're on TV and you know he's giving you the ick right now? You're gonna have a meltdown. You're gonna have a meltdown. You're 26.
Yeah, this was giving young to me.
Very
the way
young.
Her whole energy shifted, and she seemed. I was confused, just as he was confused. He was like, "Are you being serious?" I was the same. I was like, "Is she being serious? No. Is she jealous, or is this duck thing? Like, what are we talking about?"
I didn't think she was jealous. I thought the ick had just taken over her.
Because he rode the duck.
Yeah, because she was like, "I don't want to see you fucking hump riding anything." When I just saw you like this yesterday. You know what I mean?
Like, Hannah, I can't take that seriously. I was looking at her same with the sideways.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Serious. Same. Yeah, and get the stick up your ass. Like, go ride the duck. It's fun.
Go ride the duck.
I'm sure this is an all-inclusive or like really fancy place. I'm sure this lady was drunk out of her mind.
Out of her mind. So another thing. Also, you cannot be jealous of this drunk lady who sees that there's cameras. She's trying to have fun. She was just at the beach with her friend. Like, relax. Next morning, we have Taylor and JD Vance at the beach talking about life, merging their lives. And it's going to be a thing, right?
Yeah.
They're both got great setups, great jobs. He said super ambitious, both aggressive in their professional lives, like high intensity. How are we going to do this? But he says he's ready to change his life for her. So,
oh boy,
he's saying the things. He's ready to date this little Asian lady, make it work. Tim and Alex, they still bickering.
I know.
It's just we get these little scenes of them just like little bicker and trying to like be cutesy, but really they fucking hate each other and they're fighting.
Yeah, really they don't know each other that well, I don't think.
That too, yeah. Nigerian Steven and Monica, they are all in love still.
Acupuncture?
They do the acupuncture.
Okay.
Yep. She says she's happy she hasn't gotten the ick.
Yep.
And then says once a woman gets the ick, it's hard to shake it.
Yeah. I don't think that's
true. Is that true?
No.
So I was like, what is this ick thing that they are so, it's like they have it embedded in their head that there's a truth. Once you give me the ick,
yes,
I'm done with you.
There's no coming back from it, which I'm sure was like a very pervasive kind of language on TikTok. We talked about it last year. Like what gives you the ick and like our little list and everything. Like it was a fun time. It was a fun time to be a woman on the internet, but it's not something that you can't come back from, girl.
Yeah, that's just not fair.
Yeah.
to the other person, because you also probably do things that annoy them or gross them out or whatever, however you want to describe the ick. So yeah, just to have that hard and fast rule and like, you better not give me the ick or else we're done type of thing is like, it just seems very childish to me.
A very childish way to look at like empowered feminism. Because I feel like the ick was almost like a very lightweight feminist movement of like, ew, no, these guys are embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, ladies?
Yeah, right, guys? Yeah. We don't need them. Like, it was, right? Go see the Barbie movie. Like, it was real surface feminism.
Very,
and these girls don't feel like that. Hannah or Monica don't feel like that.
No. And Monica, you 36. Like, come on. Hannah, 26, dumb, young, and making up shit. You stop with this. If you give me the ick, it's over. What?
And then he said something that gave me the ick that I'm not turning back from either.
What he said?
He said that he just loves how she can be herself. And then he said, I see you at night with the black girl headband.
Oh, he did say that.
What does that mean?
Her little scarf.
Number 2, you also need one.
Right.
Number 3, why are you calling it the black girl headband? Even Cameron called it a bonnet.
Yeah, Cameron knew better though. He dated black girls before.
But aren't you learning Swahili? Steven? What? You too busy knitting your dashiki to fucking to know this is called a bonnet?
Oh,
I was done. I'm done with him now. I'm done. I was like, the black girl headband. Not your 3C talking over here.
I know, with your whole nap, Steven, please. Yeah, he didn't have to say black girl headband. He didn't say that, but he don't know no better.
Oh, I'm so annoyed with him not knowing any better. No, see? No.
He is. Cameron knew more than this man right here.
That's
honestly.
So shameful.
Which is a shame. It is. But Cameron had previously dated a black girl. Like, he had been in the life a little bit.
Not the life.
You know what I mean? The lifestyle. He's had more exposure probably to blackness than Steven has. And Steven is black.
Oh my God. I know. The novelty of him being a fourth black completely vanished. Like,
I know.
I'm done.
And her talking about it too is trying to make it more of a novelty, which is just annoying. Time for the couples mixer. Which I just love. I was like, this is so black. Everybody here is black.
I know. I love that it's everybody's black and nobody's dated each other previously. So there's no like jealousy, weird, like
no weird stuff.
Oh, I saw her and she looks better than you type of shit. Like none of that.
Is this the first season?
I was gonna say, I think it is.
Independent couples. You're right. Something was missing. And it was that drama during the mixer of somebody seeing somebody else that they previously dated. You're right. Oh, wow. Interesting. But yeah, loved it. Loving seeing all the black women getting their man. When Alex busted out the portable fan, I was like, this is...
I know. I love it.
I love it too.
Oh my God.
Gotta keep the edges laid.
And you just, and you just overheat. She a thick girl too. You just overheat something. You just hot fast a little bit. Just a little air.
Oh, hilarious. So Monica said Nick had big dick energy in the pod. She was like, I just knew he was going to be hot.
She said he better be hot. I know that's right, hot. Monica.
Yes. With the energy that he was bringing, he better be hot. She goes, he's cute, but kind of small.
That's exactly it.
That's literally it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oversold himself, man. That's so embarrassing. Undersell.
Always undersell.
Always. Was it under promise, over deliver?
Over deliver.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my Lord.
And meanwhile, her husband over here calling him a middle class Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I was like, sir.
He said maybe lower middle class. I'm like, damn.
Steve. Why gotta be class? Also.
I know. What? Oh Lord. Now Marissa and Rasmus, they telling everybody they fucking. They can't wait to everybody
they can't wait to go home and fuck some more.
They can't wait to go home and fuck. Meanwhile, everybody else is fucking too, so it's not even that special. So now Marissa and Hannah have a little chat. And Hannah tells Marissa Nick's being real weird about talking about sex with the producers. She's like, I don't know what this is about. And she says, we have had sex, but he just doesn't want to talk about it. Which is weird. Why is he doing that?
I think it's weird too. Especially because, and she didn't ask any follow-up questions about this alleged reputation that he has back home.
Yeah.
And then she feels uncomfortable about the way that she looks, I'm sure, on camera. Too, you know, like this is like a lot. This show is huge. Like, this is, you know, we called her DCQ just yesterday. Like, you know, like it was, and then and he had a girl that's mostly due to your outfits. Nothing to do with your stature. Oh my god, it's the everything. Them go-go boots in the first episode. I can't. But like, so she's just very aware, right? Like Ashley was wearing a long sleeve robe in the pool with Tyler. You know, like we're just very aware of how we look. So for you to be saying as a real estate agent that you can't say that you had sex on camera makes you feel like you a secret somehow.
Yeah. Now I'm the girl who he doesn't want to tell people we're having sex. Like now, you know, she's in her head about that. Yeah, she also talks about the whole duck riding ick thing.
Yeah.
I was like, is she trying to sabotage this to get out of this?
Probably.
Is this what she's doing?
Oh, probably.
So I was like, she bringing up this duck riding thing again. I was like, this can't be serious. It feels so unserious, but she's making it a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is she trying to like nitpick her way out of this because she actually hates him?
Yeah, and she doesn't want to be like an Irina. I feel like Irina is the devil when it comes to the girl. Like
you don't want to look like her.
We don't want to look like Irina.
She came back to reunion. We all hated her. Like people did not like Irina ever from A to Z. So she's not trying to be that. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there. And then the guys have a whole little conversation. Rasmus says again, you know, at no point have I felt overwhelmed by her energy. It's really easy. The fact that he keeps bringing it up.
I know, because he knows
lets me
it's
know
coming.
that it's coming. He's tired of her. He's already exhausted, right?
Yeah. Because and two, their sex is wild too, I'm sure. So he already knows that passion's going to reverse. You know, he's 34.
Yeah.
Like, he's an older guy. He knows.
Oh, Lord. So then Nick sits and tells the guys, this was crazy.
This was.
Did not see this coming.
Me either. But I also live for it, Anna.
I
love this passive aggression. I love it.
So he said after the whole duck riding incident, he went back to they both went back to the hotel room, and he found a list of 10 things I hate about you. Literally, it was literally her 10th thing she hated about Nick.
Yep.
She wrote it and she had it just out in the open.
Just on the nightstand.
Just on the nightstand for him to see and read. And she was just saying all these things. His maturity. He's cocky, not confident. Just like tearing his ass up in the bullet points. Like, oh my God. So then the girls now, they're chatting. Taylor, we learn her and JD Vance are not having sex.
Yeah.
I think they're the only ones.
They are the only ones.
And she's keeping her cards close. And she's keeping very guarded.
She is calculated, though.
She is. She's very analytical, calculated. She's a scientist, right?
Yeah.
Or something. Because all the women are like, we're getting married, ladies. We're getting married. Like, they kept saying it. And she said, the bag is not secured yet. Literally, she said that. I was like, that's true.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
We can't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, please.
All of them. They cannot get ahead of themselves. Even Ashley, beautiful Ashley and Tyler. So cute, so boring. They praying up and down. You can't get ahead of yourself. The bag is not secured. You have not been in the real world yet. So but I was like, oh, interesting. Taylor she's keeping her, staying controlled.
Her logical brain.
Staying very logical, which I feel like you need in a process like this. This shit is fantasy. So the ladies, cute little moment. They have all the guys in the hot seat one by one.
Yeah, it's cute.
I thought that could have been cuter. Like, I don't know. I feel like I wanted stronger questions.
Definitely.
I wanted them to really roast the guys.
Because Steven got up there again. I'm going to be picking on this man the whole time, but I don't care.
Oh, God.
Steven got up there again and he said, I feel unworthy of her. I said, isn't that what you felt the last time when you cheated on that bitch?
Oh, he did say that.
I feel like I didn't deserve her. That's why I went on Instagram and started DMing OnlyFans girls.
Oh, that's not good.
And I wanted Monica to ask more questions, but she was like, "Oh my God, yeah, you guys, don't you love the curl of his hair?" I'm tired of this. I hate it. Natasha, I hate it. I went from loving, oh wow, okay, you want to join the BSU? Okay. No, get out. Get out.
Oh God, you're right though. He said that she didn't clock it, and that is why he said he cheated the last time.
Why did I clock it?
Deserved her.
And you, Monica.
I know, Monica. She's slipping. But yeah, they let the guys off easy because even Nick got off easy. Like,
yeah, I know.
Nicholas. We have some things we need to talk about,
but I think they don't because they think he's corny.
Yeah, and they also don't want to embarrass Hannah. Like, she's embarrassed enough. Like, she knew she was about to be here with the finest man in the pods, and he is not that. You know, so that sucks. Now Nick confronts Hannah about the list, and let me see. Yeah, she basically admits that it was him laughing with that little random drunk lady at the beach that really set her off. It just made her feel disrespected, and he's like, "That was such a pointless moment." Like, like, what do you mean? She's like, "Well, my feelings are valid too." And I was like, this is where she gets about Becky of the week. Perfect. We're not doing this. Your feelings are not valid actually here. This is stupid. That shit was pointless and meaningless. Like, we're at a resort. There's drunk people with camera. Like, they see cameras with us. They're going to want to show out and get on camera. Why are we making this a thing? Stop. Then he says, the last bullet point on your list said I was delusional. You think I'm delusional?
How did she not laugh?
I was dying.
How did she not laugh? Because even that question in itself is delusional.
Is delusional. Oh my God. I'm dead. And I'm not ready to see her response.
I know.
That was annoying. So afterwards, everybody goes back to their hotels. They're all debriefing. You see Monica and Nigerian Steven kind of get into it. She's super irritated because he just keeps talking and talking and talking, eating up all the air in the room. And he catches himself, and she's like basically scolding him, like, "Shut up! I need to talk sometimes." Like, but one thing she did say, she was like, "Did you catch the weird vibes between Alex and Tim?" And I was like, "I saw it too, girl." I saw it too. They were trying. Alex we're getting married. She was one of the ones at the mixer talking about, we getting married, ladies. We get talking a whole talk. And it was interesting that Monica picked up on something even through that. Yeah. You know, everybody's seeing it. They're not as compatible as they want to purport to be.
I know. Even what's his Ramses and oh my God. Marissa. Yeah, she was like, Tim and Ash, 80%.
Ooh. Yeah, you could feel something.
Yeah.
The energy is something. There's a thickness between them.
You know what it is? They're both asserting the same quality about each other that is actually a negative when it comes to a partnership, which is I'm a steel wall.
Yeah.
There's no room for compromise in there, you know?
Yeah. You're gonna have to bend to me type of thing. Yeah. They both are trying to lead in ways. And that's just not gonna work. Not gonna work. Now Hannah and Nick, they still going on and on about the woman at the beach, how disrespected she felt. Oh my
God.
She sits him down, scolds him about it, and he says to her, I'm not the only one who's delusional, and gets up and leaves. And it was weird editing for me. I feel like we're not seeing their full conversations, Hannah and Nick specifically. I feel like they're kind of trying to piece together a story versus telling us the whole story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe there's not that much there.
Maybe not, because this fight is stupid. We're talking about the duck riding. Feel what are we talking about here? Now, next morning, Alex is drinking coffee alone.
Yeah.
In the room. A little knock on the door, and it's Tim.
Oh, yeah.
And you could just tell that something happened. They have words for each other. I was like, oh, shit.
Because there was no emotion. Nobody's crying or anything. I was like, oh, you both think you are right 100%.
Yup. So they sit and chat, and he says, we left the party, everything seemed fine, and then the energy was just off. And I tried to ask you what was wrong. You shut me down. She explains that she was exhausted. She just wanted to go home, shower, go to bed, and that she's like homesick. She's like missing home. He apologizes to her and says, I'm sorry if I came up really angry and upset, but I felt like you weren't hearing me. I felt unheard. I couldn't talk without you cutting me off. I felt very disrespected. Then she apologized for covering his mouth.
Girl.
I said, oh, you put hands on it? She's like, I just wanted you to stop being upset. Girl, that's not the way to do it.
When has it been?
When has putting hands on anybody done any good? Brought any closure to the argument? Like,
oh my God. And they're both so stubborn that they both didn't they both probably couldn't stop the argument, right?
Yeah, and they was just going back and forth, both of them trying to get the last word type of thing.
Yeah.
So that was a big, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He is not taking that shit. He's not doing that.
And if we doing this on the honeymoon days?
Yeah, he was like, it's day 2. He's like, I don't argue with people like this. Like, and then you kept calling me insecure. And she was like, well, I just, I feel like you were making assumptions about me. I also felt disrespected. So now they both doing the thing. I was disrespected. No, I was disrespected. Like, so now we're not getting anywhere. And he's like, I tried to get up to leave out of respect for you, like giving us space, but then that wasn't okay. Like, I couldn't leave. Then you in my space. And it's like, if someone needs space, you got to give them space. You got to let them go get space. You can't stop somebody from getting their space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see those fights, people like blocking the door. No, you can't leave. You can't do that.
I would die.
I would die. You can't do that. Yeah. And then he basically wraps it up, and it was like, you were saying a lot of things. You were in my face. I don't take the things that you said about my character and being called out of my name lightly. I was like, oh, this was bad.
She called him a bitch.
She called him a bitch ass nigga. I know she did. I know, you insecure bitch ass. I was like, oh, it was bad. Like, he looked big mad.
Yeah.
And disrespected, and like his pride is hurt, his integrity. He's a man, he ain't taking this shit. Like, one of those, like.
Also, like, who are you?
Yeah. What is that? I didn't see this
monster.
Shit, you were last night.
You were yesterday.
He's really gooped and gagged. Like, he did not see this coming at all. Yeah. So he's like, look, I operate out of love. I do love you, but at a certain point, I have to have my respect for myself.
For myself.
Yeah. And because he's got to look at himself in the mirror every day, know that he got mushed in the face, bitch. Like, you insecure bitch ass nigga.
Could you imagine?
That's terrible.
And then the next day being like, I thought it would fix it.
Right. She didn't immediately come and apologize. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't put hands on you. Like, her energy, she didn't come up with the energy that I think she should have came in with.
Not
for
at
what
all.
Went down.
Not at all. This is why I'd be worried of daddy's girls. Because I'm like, I wanted to be just like my dad. I'm like, oh no. Because you still the pretty princess, even though you're 32 years old.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
that's what it is. Yeah, she wants to be treated like a princess and this and that. But how you gonna be treated like a princess, but you putting hands on people and you barking in people's faces and shit? Like,
you doing gladiator shit out here, girl. What are you doing?
Ain't gonna treat you like no princess. Oh my God. So he said, just flat out, he's like, I got to get back into a space where I could see you as my wife and mother of my children. She showed a side that is like ugly to him.
Yeah.
He never imagined himself with a girl like that. That is arguing the way she argued, yelling in his face. He's like, I don't do this. Like, now we're engaged. Like, what the fuck? I don't do this.
Yeah. And she didn't come with the energy or excuses or explanation.
No.
She was just like, oh man, that was crazy.
So where does this leave us, bitch? What? Nowhere. I hate you now. I want to leave.
That shit killed me because I was thinking of Jackie and Marshall. Remember when they were on the honeymoon? She was in the bathroom crying, all this, but she was like, "My dad is sick. I have the things at home, but whatever." But this girl just had nothing to say for herself. I think that's really what got him.
Yeah, it was the lack of accountability the next day. She's still coming in like, "Well, you did this to me," and he's like, "It's no, like no," because I know knowing him, he might have been like. He said he was upset. He apologized for being upset and angry. So I think he probably raised his voice. But you can tell for him is like, seems like not his character. He immediately was like, I apologize for raising my voice and my anger because that's not him. And she just didn't see herself because that's how she is. She didn't have the self-awareness of like, I was turning up. I'm sorry. I'm this. She didn't come with that energy, that apologetic energy, that accountability, like at all. And you're right. That like is what's really turning him off.
Yeah. But also that ugly side that you're talking about for sure.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing. So, yeah, she's trying to cuddle up to him, trying to hold his hand, move closer to him. She's like, "You want to move closer?" He's like, "I'd rather not." Like he just looks so shut down.
Yeah.
He's over it. Yeah. She's like, "Are we sleeping in separate rooms still?" And he's like, "I don't know." And admitted that he came to the room thinking that this would be their last conversation. Like he was fully ready to break up with her.
Oh my God.
And that's episodes 4 through 6.
Wow.
Damn. Tim and Ashley, that went so south so bad.
So quick.
And I'm so mad we don't see the footage of these things, but just from the description alone, it was a bad fight. So bad. He said, "I don't see you as the mother of my kids anymore." Ooh.
Call me out my name. What did he call?
What did she call him?
I want to know.
I know she called him a bitch. I know.
Bitch at minimum.
Yeah. That's what he said. I need to salvage my own self-respect. That's how you know she called him some fuck shit that he's like, I'm not putting up with no woman who's gonna call me that type of
Which you shouldn't, sir.
Which you shouldn't, yeah. Oh man. So we did get a preview for the season. Got more of the honeymoons. Looks like it's gonna be cute. Everything's gonna go well. We see Nick meeting Hannah's parents, telling them she's in good hands. We see Taylor's mom. She looks just like her mom.
Yeah, she does.
She does. Mom saying, "We just don't know enough about him to say that he's a good egg."
Love it.
So her mom's bringing that logical, very analytical side too. And then we see everybody kind of meeting families. We see Nigerian Steven saying to Monica, "I love you, but I'm extremely overwhelmed with everything." We see Tim and Tyler and it was right. Tim and Alex still going through it. We get the mixer where everybody from the pods comes, and Marissa's going to meet Bowden, and it's going to be very flirty.
Yeah.
That's also going to be her downfall because she's so bubbly and so she's just going to be too flirty, and I don't know how Rasmus is going to take it. But she flat out asked Bowden if, would you have proposed? And he says yes. Then we see Nigerian Steven saying, "I made a stupid fucking decision." And Monica is bawling in disbelief. What did he do?
I don't know. I feel like he cheated.
I feel like he cheated too. I feel like wasn't that in another preview?
Oh, what? Oh, for the whole season?
For the whole I feel like before the season started, when Netflix dropped something on YouTube, I feel like there was a preview and somebody cheats this season. I gotta go back and watch it. Y'all let me know if I'm making this up.
Steven.
It might be him.
Oh my God.
Which is fucking crazy. So, you're like, I saw it.
I did.
Then we see Nick, Mr. Dorka.
Oh my God.
Out here gift a gab again, trying to talk to that girl from the pods. I think she worked for the Ravens or something.
Oh, yeah.
And they're looking very chummy. It looks like he's holding her hand as they're speaking or something. And later, Hannah's going off at him at home.
Sure. Yeah.
And she says, "I taught you everything you know. I turned you from a boy into
a man. I was like, oh, no. Hannah, girl, put down the phone and read a book.
Yes.
That doesn't hit the way that you thought it was going to hit.
Then we have JD Vance's ex is going to text him, and Taylor looks super upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the weddings, we didn't see too many altar moments.
No, Natasha. I don't know if they're going to make it to shopping for the outfit.
I don't know. It looked real rocky, the end. We didn't see too many wedding dress moments down the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Oh, Lord. But that's the season to come.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, what did we learn this episode?
He's a smart guy.
What was your question again?
If you can get rid of the ick, if you can shake the feeling of the ick, you definitely can. I don't know what Hannah's going on and on about. The ick also very rarely leads to a disrespectful moment. It's usually just merely embarrassing for the person.
Yeah, right.
It's fine. You can get over it. Monica, though, don't know if you should get over those icks. You should be clocking them icks.
Yeah, I think ick is... everyone gets icks, but it shouldn't be like destroying relationships, like destroying potential like that's just dumb. Like you got to get over that. My question: can you truly know how someone handles conflict just by asking them? So I was trying to think through. I'm like, how can you figure this out? If you're in the pods, how can you figure out? Because you got to get engaged to somebody, right? But you need to know this answer. You're not going to know unless you get into a conflict. I think you got to ask the right questions. I think a way you can ask is, tell me the worst fight you've been in.
Yep.
Worst fight you've had with a partner. Break it down for me.
Yeah.
How the fight went. What was it about? What was your role? What was his role? Like, have them walk you through one.
Yeah.
So you can get like a real life example. And then also asking, like, what's something you know you need to work on when it comes to conflict?
Yes.
So they can tell you their worst flaw, basically.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And if that flaw is also yours, you don't need to be with them.
Yeah. Just we're not compatible. Yeah.
That's why people have said, I believe Jay Shetty has said this, that the love languages, we need to have fight languages.
Yes.
We gotta have the fight languages. That would be really helpful.
Yeah. And I'm sure somebody's got to be studying this, that we all fit into some category.
Oh, yeah.
We all fight in like, certain ways. I think the only thing is with asking these questions, like in the pods, whatever, you can't guarantee that someone's going to be truthful. But I think with asking someone, like asking them for a real world example, it's harder to lie. You can hear when they're making up a story. You know what I mean? I think that's the best way. And I think for these like crazy marriage shows like Love is Blind, like you got to figure out somebody fights, because how they fight, because you could end up in a dangerous situation or a very uncomfortable situation, which we see Tim is in now with Alex. He's very uncomfortable. Like he doesn't know, he's so shut down, he doesn't know what to do with this girl anymore, so let us know what y'all think. Yeah, loving it, girl. I'm loving it.
I know, this was so much fun.
This was so fun. Tune in to our episode tomorrow, our episodes 1 through 6 after show. We're going to be breaking down some of the themes that were coming up in these first 6 episodes with our friend of the show, Fave.
Yes.
Dating coach Anwar White.
Anwar White, yep.
Anwar White, yes. So yeah, that should be really fun. Rate, review, subscribe. We had a lot of call outs. Let us know in the comments section. Sound off in the comments on Patreon. Join the community. Get into the conversation. Find us on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.